This is Melissa Melton reporting for the Daily Sheeple. Here are 5 stories you might have missed while it was sinking in that Hillary actually lost the 2016 presidential selection.
So I say to you this morning, the day after the election.
Number 1, Titan Point. For years, this dark, windowless monolith of a building at 33 Thomas Street, New York City, nicknamed the Long Lines Building, was shrouded in mystery. But this week, The Intercept has exposed that this AT&T building is actually an NSA spy hub hidden in plain sight. Called Project X and completed in 1974, the 29-story skyscraper with 3 basement levels built to withstand an atomic blast, quote, appears to be one of the most important National Security Agency surveillance sites on U.S. soil. A covert monitoring hub that is used to tap into phone calls, faxes, and internet data. The building reportedly houses a major international gateway switch and is the core location the NSA uses to target the communications of the UN, the IMF, the World Bank, and at least 38 other countries, including close U.S. allies such as Germany, Japan, and France. And some Americans are still sitting around wondering if the NSA is actually spying on their calls. Give me a break. Number 2. The U.S. government is targeting media outlet RT. Despite the fact that the election of Donald Trump appears to have at least improved U.S. relations with Russia for the time being, the U.S. State Department and military have begun openly targeting media outlet Russia Today. First, when State Department Spock's John Kirby dodged a question from RT saying, quote,
why don't you ask, well, here's a good question, why don't you ask your defense ministry what they're doing and see if you can get, no.
If you give a specific list of hospitals?
No. You work for Russia Today, right? Isn't that your agency?
Correct.
And so why shouldn't you ask your government the same kinds of questions that you're sitting here asking me? Ask them about their military activities. Get them to tell you what, or to deny what they're doing.
When I ask for specifics, it seems your response is, why are you here? Well, you are leveling that accusation.
No,
and
ma'am.
if you give specifics,
No,
my
ma'am.
colleagues would be able to ask.
And when AP reporter Matt Lee called Kirby on it, he responded that he would not put RT on the same level as other media outlets.
She's asking pointed questions, but they're not, you know.
From a state-owned outlet.
But they're not.
From a state-owned
The
outlet.
questions
That's not
that she's asking
independent.
are not out of line.
I didn't say the questions were out of line.
Okay.
I didn't say the questions were out of line.
Okay.
But I'm not.
Oh no, I understand.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to put Russia Today on the same level with the rest of you who are representing independent media outlets.
Hold on.
Days later, the U.S. military barred RT's video agency Ruppli from attending one of the Pentagon's media events.
Lieutenant Colonel Peters probably wanted to send this email just to that one person, but probably as a mistake he hit a reply all button, and the producer from Ruppli received this email. No way are we going to support this. From the OPSEC perspective, our G2 would kill me, deservedly so. And also he added that Ruppli TV is a Russian propaganda platform.
If this continues, how long will it be until the Orwellian U.S. government starts censoring RT in the U.S. altogether? Number 3. Was the massive 7.8 New Zealand earthquake man-made? After a massive earthquake hit New Zealand, reports came in that a Panamanian seismic blast ship was seen parked off the coast, as it angered people who were attempting to take uncluttered pictures of the supermoon. The ship is said to be a top-secret research vessel dubbed the Amazon Warrior and operated by U.S. alphabet agencies. Stranger still is the derisive air quotes coincidence that Secretary of State John Kerry just so happened to be in the country earlier in the day after a trip to Antarctica. Number 4. Why was a mysterious Navy plane conducting a secret electronic command control drill over Denver? Residents in the Denver, Colorado area were presented with a mysterious white plane that flew in a racetrack pattern, spraying chemtrails for more than an hour above the city before it landed at Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma, where the aircraft, what the Navy has now disclosed to be an E-6B, also called a doomsday plane capable of launching nuclear missiles, is housed. Here's the bizarre route that observers tracked. The Navy was later forced to confirm it was participating in a classified military drill. It has been pointed out that a similar E-4B was spotted flying above the Capitol on the morning of September 11, 2001, shortly after the attacks.
I very much look forward to dealing with the President to explain some of the difficulties, some of the high-flying asset.
Number 5. Obama just broke a new presidential record for regulations. That's right, he passed 527 pages worth of regulations in a single day this week, breaking all previous presidential records, even his own. Guess he's getting his list to Santa Claus out of the way before Trump takes office. Congratulations, Obama, and don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split ya. P.S. Time is running out on the DEA's ridiculous Kratom ban, so make sure you let them know how see-through their agenda here really is. Because we all know the most dangerous substances are the ones that have been safely used by people around the world for hundreds of years to treat a multitude of medical conditions, including everything from diabetes to PTSD to drug addictions, and substances which pharmaceutical companies have tried to synthesize and patent, and are pissed off that people can readily get from nature, thus avoiding Big Pharma's expensive, toxic, deadly, and addictive chemicals. Assholes.